everyone. This is Lottie from Cancer as a Lifestyle. Today I wanted to talk about money and how much you may need while you go into treatment. Now, I have been blessed with insurance that covers the financial part of my treatment. I do have some co-pays that I have to pay every year, and I have that deductible that I have to pay every year. But otherwise, I don't really have to worry about the financial part of payment for my treatment. So the only thing that I worry about is the everyday bills of when I'm off from work. So usually, since I've been had cancer 4 times now, I have been off from work each time. Once I think I did like a part-time thing at work, but still you're not getting paid for those days, and or you're not getting full pay. Now, it all depends on your work and what they offer for short-term disability. My work actually has gone down to, it used to be that they paid, I think, for the first 3 months, 100% of your pay. Now it is 70% of your pay. So you have to prepare yourself, because even though that may be okay for some people, it's not okay for a lot of people to be only living off of 70%. So this last time, back in 2016, I thought I was very well prepared for the financial side of being off from work. So even though it was 70% on my pay, I thought that since I let them know a month ahead that I would go into treatment, I'm having surgery, I'm having treatment and radiation, that everything, all the paperwork would go into effect. And I thought by the time I actually have to start, that it would kind of, maybe I would only wait a week or two, or no longer than a month before my paychecks would start coming in. So I also prepared myself by stocking up in my pantry and also on my toiletries and cleaning supplies. So, and I had about a month's worth of bills, money set aside that I could be off for a month without it affecting me. So I thought I was in a really good place, and I couldn't have been more wrong. The paperwork, as usual, takes a lot longer. I think their main job is to make sure to make your life difficult so you can come back to work a lot sooner than what you're really expected to, Even, if you're ready or not, you're so frustrated with them, and that's what they want to do. So it actually took about 6 weeks for all of it to go through. Accordingly, they were giving me a lot of runaround, this is how they deal. This is how they are. I've been through this 4 times, and it has not been easy. It's been a headache. And actually, the last thing I want to do is, while you're going through treatment, to sit there and worry about filling out more paperwork, and having to send them, you know, reports and summaries on your surgery, on your treatment. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. You should be I'm dealing with cancer, and I have to deal with all this red tape, almost on the phone every day with them. And so it's just ridiculous, but that's a different vlog. But all of this took about 6 weeks. So during that time, even though I had food in the pantry, I had everything, that I needed, and I had enough money to cover a month, being off without no pay. So that was fine. But then it hit to 5 weeks, then it hit 6 weeks, and then suddenly I don't have any more money coming in, and I have to decide, do I pay the phone or do I pay the car insurance? What is more important? So it was at times like that I actually realized during this last time that a month of savings is not enough. You actually need more. So I'm actually thinking, how all the financial advisors always, advise that you should have at least 3 months worth of money set aside for yourself. I think that's just about right, because it's not that you are not going to get your money that you're owed, but it just takes so much time. And I don't, I really do feel, my own personal belief is that that's their job, is to make it as difficult for you as possible so you will come back to work as soon as possible. They really don't work for you, they work for your company. So that's one thing. So another thing I think everyone should consider, if you have insurance, always check your policies, because they do offer, a lot of companies now offer not only short-term disabilities, which a lot of them do, but there's also long-term disability. Now that's something that I did not really take or partake in for all, I worked at Avon for 23 years, and I'm telling you, it's only in about the last 15 years that I started taking it. 2 years before my cancer diagnosis, that I've decided that, hey, let me get this long-term disability. You just never know. And I'm glad I did, because a lot of times I'm past the 3 months that the company offers. And then if you're past the 3 months that the company offers, only gives you, you're, up the creek with no paddle, because you're not going to get any more. You're not, there's no financial assistance coming in at all. So the long term kind of covers up all those other extra months that. So I'm glad I took that, and that's something all of you should consider too. If your company offers long-term disability, take it. And another thing that I've noticed in the last couple of years, they also offer critical care um, supplements. So if your company offers that, you should take it. It's, especially if you have cancer or you have a chronic illness, you should take that. It's an additional just in case. Because let me tell you, the thing is, it's not that you're not going to get your money. You will get your money, but it will take a long time. So in the meantime, you need to pay your bills. And you know what? Life goes on, whether you're sick or not. The world turns and keeps turning, whether you live or die. It's just the way it is. And you can, people want to get paid. So that's another thing to consider. Now, I've also decided that I am going to start, I actually work the extra overtime. I've been signed up, because I need to start saving up for that, to make sure I got at least 2-3 months of, set aside just for when I go into remission. We go into, I'm out of remission and I go back to treatment. Because, mine is a reoccurring cancer, so I know that it will be coming back. And but I just don't know when, so I got to be ready for it all the time. And last thing you want to do is have things happen, you have nothing, absolutely nothing, and then you really feel defeated. And you need to be focusing on our cancer, on our treatment, on what we're going through, and not worried about all this red tape and all this stuff. And unfortunately, money plays a big issue in our recovery. And whether we come back early or we come back, when we really need to. And a lot of people opt to come back early because they just cannot deal with all this red tape, paperwork, and the fact that, hey, bills got to get paid. And unfortunately, we just, the way the world is right now, that's the way it is. And another thing you can also ask, if you're having, I know that hospitals have actually, they have people that just to help you with that. I know when one of my sons was diagnosed with spina bifida, they gave me a whole stack of different forms to fill out that, for assistance, for help, for, all kinds of places. And I'm sure there's the same thing for cancer patients. Now, I am very fortunate that I have insurance. And that's one thing that I always worry about. When I hear these stories of other people who don't, and they struggle, and they don't get the health care that they need because they can't afford it. So I am very blessed in that area, and I'm very grateful. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, if you like the video. Otherwise, thank you so much, and have a blessed day, everyone.